Hey writers, this is Lee Jessup with part 3 of my latest series, 5 Steps to Getting Repped. In part 1, we talked about vetting your work. Part 2 was all about determining your approach. And part 3 is going to be all about should you or should you not build your pedigree before you get your screenplay or pilot out there. What do I mean? If you have referrals ultimately serve as your pedigree. Somebody is vouching for you and promoting your work and going to their friends in representation and saying, hey, you should read this writer. They're really exciting. Even if you don't have an incredibly stand out concept that's driving your work, because of this referral, if a referral comes in from somebody that is trusted, managers may consider looking at the work just because of that. Maybe the log line didn't grab them, but you got a glowing referral from somebody who really connects with them and as far as taste level is concerned. And based on that, they will take in the work, they will read it, even if they feel that conceptually it's not quite as strong. Now, setting referrals aside for a second, you have two choices here. One is to just go out on the merit of a log line, right? Because if they don't know you from Adam, it's going to be about the log line, potentially about the lived experience that connects you to the material that makes you the perfect writer for it, or building some acclaim or pedigree for the work before you get it out there. At the end of the day, we know that there's a flood of new content coming to the industry on a regular basis. We know that managers get a lot of query letters, that whenever managers are taking pitches on websites like Roadmap Writers and Stage 32, they're going to have a virtual line out the door of people wanting to pitch material to them, to share log lines, et cetera, et cetera. So it's up to you to really determine whether or not you feel your log line, i.e. the concept that is powering your screenplay or pilot, is strong enough to get some intrigue and interest off of a cold query or a cold pitch, or if you feel like you'll do better with some acclaim, some competition, lab, fellowship recognition, or something like putting your script on the blacklist, the website, not the list, paying for evaluation and trying for that coveted 8 or above, that evaluation score that will help the work stand out there. There's no right or wrong reason. You really have to think about what gives you the best bet. I've also seen writers do a thing where they send out a bunch of queries while also submitting material to labs, fellowships, and competitions. And for those that they don't hear back from queries that they sent, then there's an opportunity potentially to reapproach if indeed that screenplay or pilot goes on to win a very big competition, or if you go into acceptance for a fellowship or something like that that allows you to stand out. But you really have to decide whether or not you want that pedigree, because that pedigree is effectively somebody vouching for your work. And the industry looks for that because there is such a flood of material coming in. Now, when it comes to building pedigree, it's also incredibly important to recognize what is meaningful pedigree and what is not. If we're talking about the big screenwriting competitions, so Final Draft, Big Break, Script Pipeline, Page, Austin, there are a few others that I'm not thinking about, obviously Nickel, the biggest and best out there for screenwriting, that is going to be important, that is going to help you kind of build that pedigree, effectively saying, here, they saw something in it, so you might too. Same goes for fellowships and those things that ultimately are there to try and identify those writers that are getting very close, on the verge of breaking in. So you have to make a decision about building your pedigree and build that into your approach as you go about trying to seek representation or seek and secure representation, a meaningful advocate for yourself in the screenwriting space. All right, hope this video was helpful. If it was, of course, subscribe. There'll be step 4 or 5 still coming your way. And of course, don't forget to check out Representation Rundown, which is my new Your Career Plan offering. All right, you guys, more coming at you tomorrow. Bye.